Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well. Everton 1, Chelsea 0. It's not been a good day at the office, let's be honest. And you could say half of the reason for that would probably be just unlucky. You know, we had a couple of chances, we've hit the woodwork twice, you know, things happen in football where the ball just doesn't want to go in. But at the same time, I don't really want to focus on that. I want to focus on what we really could have done and had the opportunities to do in that game in order to try and secure something, rather than do the thing that we actually did, which contributed to absolutely nothing whatsoever. Now, before I get into today's nitty-gritty, I'm going to ask all of you, if you are new, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded, and smash the like button for me as it helps me out a lot. Now, I did a watch along to this game. If you haven't caught that, you can go back and rewatch if you do want to go through the trauma of seeing Chelsea lose once more. But yeah, I did a new setup and whatnot, as you can see on this video. Hopefully each video will be like this from now on. So that was the surprise that I had in store for you guys. I hope all of you like it. And yeah, secondly, let's get into the team news. Let's see what Frank Lampard went with and yeah, how we fared. So we started off with Edouard Mendy in goal, Reece James, Thiago Silva, Zuma and Ben Chilwell as our back four. Kovacic and Mason Mount just in front of N'Golo Kante as our midfield, and our front three of Kai Havertz on the right, Timo Werner on the left and Olivier Giroud up front. Now some of you are asking, where's Pulisic? Well, turns out he's injured. Frank Lampard in the press conference, as I said yesterday in the preview, he did say that he's had a bit of awareness in his hamstring, but he's been training well and yeah, he'll play. He'll be fine. Well, turns out he's not fine and he's injured and yeah, he didn't feature today. He wasn't even in the squad. So that left us with no options for our wingers. We had Andrew on the bench, but it meant that Kai Havertz was shifted to the right-hand side to fill in as a right winger. Timo Werner is filling in as a left winger and Olivier Giroud filling in up top, but he is a striker, so you know, he's been killing it recently, and I hope that Giroud would get on the score sheet. I hope that Werner would get on the score sheet. I hope that Havertz would get on the score sheet. And yeah, it's just, I'm going to talk about a few key performances first before I get into the overall thing, because the overall way that we played today, I've got one problem with. But let's focus on a couple of individual performances. If there's any positives I want to take out of this game, Reece James tonight for me was fantastic. Fantastic. He done everything superb, everything. Whether it's offensively, defensively, got stuck in, great crosses into the box, made good decisions, was very solid, didn't allow anyone pass, always won the ball back, passed the ball very well. We've done everything perfect. Reece James is developing into a very, very good right back and a very, very top player. Now, if there's anyone else I want to pinpoint, it's our midfield that I felt didn't actually, you know, in the first half specifically, Kante for me the whole game was electric. Just fantastic. Kante's Kante. That's just the way it is, and that's the way it all goes nowadays. But even in front of him, Mateo Kovacic, Mason Mount, in the first half, where we were playing in the same way that we normally do, but we were focusing on the wings, Kovacic and Mount were contributing very, very well. They were getting involved. They weren't really losing possession. They were doing everything correct. It was later on where I began to see, you know, this one issue, which again, I'm going to talk about later. I'm going to talk about later in the video. I need to address it. But up front, I felt Giroud was isolated. I felt Timo Werner couldn't really get himself into the game that much. Every time he got the ball, there was about 2 or 3 men on him. But Kai Havertz is the man to talk about, isn't it? Because I thought he started off first 15 minutes pretty well. He was getting involved. He looked confident. He was, you know, getting the ball, passing very well, getting stuck in, using his left foot to come in. After 15 minutes, he just stopped. He stopped doing all of that. And every time he tried to link up with Reece James, a pass would always be misplaced. There was no chemistry there between those two. Now, that's probably going to take a bit of time, because I do suspect that Havertz and Reece James together will be in the starting 11 very frequently as we move into the season. But I do think that there's an issue there at the moment where they're just not clicking, and maybe that's because Kai Havertz has been out. But later on, we saw Kai Havertz just, you know, always focusing on the flank. Now, bearing in mind, he was filling in as a right winger. He is left-footed. Not once after the 15 minutes or so did I see him try and take advantage of his left foot on the right wing, cutting into the middle and trying to create some turbulence in the middle. He always just went onto his weaker foot on the right-hand side, where he gets marked, isolated, tackled, loses possession, or misplaces a pass, we lose possession. And I'm thinking, why? 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 I don't get it. I don't get it. Aside from that, overall, in terms of the entire context of the game and what Chelsea brought to the game, there was one fundamental issue here. We didn't have any creativity on the pitch whatsoever. None. And, when we're in the second half, we're trying to claw a result out. We're trying to get something back from this game. And we're just always going to the wing, cross the ball into the box and hope. Put the ball onto the wing, cross the ball and hope. Put the ball onto the wing, cross the ball and hope. That is all we were doing. We had the space and the opportunities to go down the middle. We chose not to, and I don't know why. I saw Mason Mount drive. There were pockets of space. He'd link up with Kovacic. He'd go to the wing. Vice versa, Mount would go to the wing. Kai Havertz would go to the wing. Anyone that gets to the forwards, boom, go to the wing. Giroud, not once did the midfielder manage to go in between the middle, link up with Giroud and do something in the middle. Not once. Why? The space was there. It's not like that was an option closed off to us and we were marked out of the game. No, the space was there. The opportunities were there. Some of the decisions that some of the players were making were just not the right one. And that is what just fried my brain today. I was watching and the watch along, I'm sure many of you that saw, I was just screaming, going, why? You have two options. One is to pass to this geezer on the wing. One is to pass to this geezer down the middle. You go to the wing, always. Why? And it immediately puts us under pressure. Why? Because Everton, all of a sudden, they restructure their defence, they get back into position, and then they start pressing, and then we lose the ball. Why? We don't need to do that to ourselves. One dead ball straight into the middle of the park, whether it's to Giroud, whether it's to Mason Mount or Kovacic to come inside, or Havertz to come inside, or Werner to come inside, create something down the middle. As I said, the pockets of space were there. We didn't utilise it. If we had utilised it, it would have gone in between the lines. We would have had one-on-one situations between our attackers and their central defenders. You put one-on-one in that situation and chances are good that we will win that one-on-one and get a shot on goal. We just weren't doing that. We were relying on set pieces. The two occasions where we hit the post, obviously Reece James from out of the box took a crack, it hit the post. Mason Mount took a free kick, hit the post. So, in that context, yes, unlucky. But we didn't help ourselves. And when you look at the other side of it, yeah, you know what, we were unfortunate. When you look at the penalty, for example, Edouard Mendy coming out like that, and he done, I think, what he had to do. It was quite unfortunate for the fact that he did concede that penalty because you could see he was going for the ball. He just didn't make it there first. Calvert-Lewin made it there first. Mendy is running with momentum. He charges straight into Calvert-Lewin. He can't stop himself. But it's a pen. You've brought the attacker down with no ball. It's a pen. So, the penalty was a correct decision. And then, they score a penalty. Then they start to, play on the counter-attack and they play not so much parking the bus. I wouldn't really call it parking the bus. Parking the bus is just sitting back and doing nothing. They were playing a very nice brand of counter-attacking football. Every time we lost possession, they would send their front men out with all the pace that they would have. Iwobi, Richarlison, Calvert-Lewin, this, that and the other, just bombing forward, trying to create some trouble for us. And sometimes they would actually get quite close. They had a few chances and it was very unlucky for them not to score a second or a third. But with us, I would have to be honest and say, look, there are two elements to this game. As I said, one element is we were unlucky. Ball just wasn't going in. But we didn't help ourselves. Without the creativity in the team and without the creativity to try and create something from nothing, we were just relying on the same thing over and over and over again. And the substitutions that I do want to finish the video on Frank Lampard, for me, once again, too late. Why are you bringing on Tammy Abraham for Kai Havertz? I'm sorry, I don't understand that one. I don't get it. You just know, in a situation where we need creative minds, we need technical ability, Tammy's not that guy. Yeah? You put him on the end of something, he might stick the ball in there. Yes, but that's it. He's not the guy that's going to dribble past 2 or 3 players or try and catch opponents off guard. He's not that man. If there's any man on that bench that comes even close, because obviously we had limited options, so I'm not going to criticise Lampard or the team for that because we had limited options. But Angerin was on the bench there, and the performance that he put in against Krasnodar showed us what he can do on the ball. And we needed someone to come on the ball and do something. Billy Gilmour is another one, but he came on too late. He came on minute 81. I mean, come on. This man should have come on minute 70, maximum. Maximum, if it wasn't minute 65, because you could see where the game was going. We were doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. We just didn't help ourselves. Whether it's the players and their decision making, whether it's the manager's substitutions. We just didn't help ourselves, and a 1-0 loss is a fair result. Simple as that. Let me know what you thought in the comment section below. I would love to hear your opinions on this one. Do you agree, disagree with any of my input? Would you have changed anything compared to Frank Lampard? What would you have done? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear it. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. Make sure you hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash the like button for me. As I said, it helps me out a lot. So thank you all so much. I hope you enjoyed the new setup. That's one positive of today. The new setup. Yeah. And yeah, I will see all of you tomorrow for a brand new video. We look forward to Wolves, and hopefully tomorrow Tottenham and Liverpool lose. If that happens, we are the luckiest team in the world. Simple as that. And we don't lose track. We don't lose ground on Tottenham and Liverpool. So that's, yeah. Hopefully that happens. I'll see all of you tomorrow for a brand new video. Thank you so much for watching. Look after yourselves. Take care. And peace.